Welcome back to Daytime, everybody. Well, Breast Cancer Awareness Month is wrapping up. It is October. And, of course, for a lot of patients that deal with breast cancer or any cancer, losing their hair when they go through chemotherapy can be a very difficult part, very stressful part for the family and for the actual person who's going through the chemotherapy. Joining us in studio now is Michael Suba, who is the president of Continental Hair. And, Michael, you deal with a lot of chemotherapy patients and patients as well that are affected by disorders where they do lose their hair. Tell me a bit about Continental Hair and the work that you do.
Well, Continental Hair, I guess, is one of the oldest wig salons in Toronto. We've been around over 45 years. And one of the things that we specialize in are medical wigs, wigs for women that are undergoing chemotherapy, that have lost their hair because of alopecia or perhaps been in an accident or a fire. And we design wigs that really benefit them rather than a fashion type of direction.
So what is the difference, really, in terms of the style, one versus fashion, one versus everyday use?
Well, a medical grade wig really has to be superior in just about every way. It has to feel better and more comfortable. Has to, be smooth and certainly not irritating. It's got to look really good because you're talking about someone's privacy, and you have to make sure that that's of course one of the big things. But it also has to fit properly. It has to be designed for a woman with very little or no hair. And it has to actually last longer. It has to, this is something that's going to be worn by a woman every single day through her treatments or sometimes for the rest of her life.
Well, these wigs are so beautiful. I'm looking at these ones now, and these are all natural hair.
Yes, this is what we call virgin European, and basically it hasn't had any coloring done. This is the natural color. They've just been washed and blended, and they've all been hand knotted so that they move nicely and they behave properly. These can be straight ironed, they can be curled, they can be permed and highlit.
So you can do everything with natural hair.
And washed, I assume, the same way too, or slightly different?
Slightly different, just to make sure it doesn't tangle up. But yeah, you can really have a lot of fun with them.
Well, for a lot of women, most women, and a lot of men, hair is just a huge part of who they are and their personality, and losing their hair can be a huge, it can affect, the family and the individual as well. Tell me, a story or just in general, what it's like to see someone come in and put that wig on. Do things change?
Oh, almost immediately. I think what happens is because wigs have such a bad reputation, and they, oh, I gotta wear a wig, oh no, and they really think that they're going to look foolish or that, it's going to look awful. And when they come to see me and they say, well, okay, this is the way I want my hair to look, and this is what I would like to do, and this is the color, and we put something on, and they see themselves in the mirror, and they realize, you know what? This actually looks really good. I could do this. And it's a wonderful feeling to see the surprise on their faces because all of a sudden they know, I'm going to be able to pull this off, and this is going to work for me. And that's one of the great feelings that you get. And, it happens more often than not, because especially if they've been trying a lot of stuff out, and of course their friends have always been, oh, you're not going to wear a wig, it's going to be awful, and to see that change come over them, it's great.
Now, is it so much as trying to recreate what they looked like before, or maybe creating a new look and a new persona?
It depends on where they want to go, and it can be fun when they want to go out there. And sometimes we try to go out there, and it doesn't work. And of course, that's one of the fun things. But, oh well, my husband's telling me I should go blonde, and we try something on that's really high blonde. Is no, we're not going to do that. And a lot of times, sticking close to her color and a little bit to her style, there's a comfort zone there, and that's fine. Sometimes she'll try something that's a little bit different, and just like this is great, and it works. And she just tells everybody that, I just got my hair done. I just went to Yorkville, and I had this guy just said, go, do something, and look what he did. It looks great.
So what's the process like for someone who is looking to get one of these wigs? They come in for a consultation, I'm guessing, and then where do you go from there?
Well, they come in for a consultation, and basically I sit down with them, and they tell me their story. She'll let me know why it's happening and what she expects and what she wants. I will give her the limitations on what can be done, like with a wig that we do. I mean, I know they can be designed, but you can't have your hair straight back like the way you're wearing yours. You see that front hairline. So I try to give them a little bit of an idea of the limitations.
We're going to be back after the break, and we're going to talk a bit more about this subject, and we've actually have one of your clients here to show what an actual wig looks like on a woman. So thank you. We'll be back after the break.